Hello YouTube. So today we're going to be starting our network rebuild, our lab rebuild. So I've decided that with the trouble I had off camera getting the host to do the backup of that VM, it's just not worth it. So everything in the lab is going to be completely rebuilt from scratch, except for my Plex server, which well, because I don't have anywhere to store the movies for that, and it's working fine. So I've come up with this IP thing here. So this is what I'm gonna start off as. So because I'm gonna have multiple sites, I've chosen to go with the 10/8 kind of range. So here we have site 1, which will be 10.10, and site 2 will be 10.11. And then within those sites I have like VLANs, so VLAN 1, I'm not going to use that, that's for like inter-switch communication, background APIs, all that kind of stuff that I don't, it's best just to stay away from VLAN 1. VLAN 10, which will be general traffic, so this will be where the main kind of switching happens. So yeah, all the kind of stuff happens on this VLAN. Then here we have the management VLAN. So this isn't all the devices, by the way, this is just what I could kind of remember. But this is kind of where everything I need to interface with goes. So obviously switches, my access point, my desktop PC will go on this. The host will have a thing on this, so for me to access that. My storage NAS kind of thing. Yeah, and then I'll also have more VLANs eventually in the future, but this is what I'm going to start off with. Then on site 2, we have our VLAN kind of 1, because it's coming off the router. I don't need to omit VLAN 1 from my configs, so that's fine. It's kind of more port 1, port 2 kind of thing. So this is just general traffic, so this is again the same as this. So this is where everything, like the meat and potatoes of all the routing and switching will happen. And then here on the management is where if I need to plug in, like it goes through a fault and doesn't come back online, I can plug in my laptop onto that port on the router. So because there's going to be no switch at this location this far, because I'm only going to have a router and a PC, don't need one. And then these were just placeholders if I get cloud servers, so this is what it would be like for cloud servers. So we're going to start by resetting this edge router. So this is the WAN and this is the LAN, and we've got to we're gonna do the basic setup. So yeah, so it can be DHCP, that's what it will be. Oh, by the way, this is not going to be for this, which will be eventually. This is so we can get this site running, so all of this will get working, and then we can set up everything. Then as soon as I get the power supply for my router, we can migrate everything to that. So DHCP LAN port, this will be 10.10.10.1, and then that's /24. Yep, we want DHCP server, I'll fix that later. And then we want 10.10.70.1. Yep, DHCP server's fine. And then I will enter a new password for this router, because doing these setup wizards resets the router. So yep, that's good. So yeah, also one thing you'll notice with this router is I won't be enabling hardware offload, because that doesn't allow me to do packet inspection and stuff. And because this will eventually go at a site where there's not going to be a lot of inter-VLAN traffic and not a lot of firewalling is going to happen, like traffic going through the router. I mean, it means I'm never going to use the hardware offload like more than I would just using NOT, and it means I am allowed to do deep packet inspection and that sort of stuff, from what I've heard. So I believe that's what I'm going to be doing, because my upload's only 20 at home, so uploading like large files to this, even downloading, is only 200 at home kind of thing, which this thing can handle without the hardware offload set up. So yeah, that's my kind of plan for this. So we're going to do a reboot, and then we'll come back when it's done, I guess. Yes, I'm sure. It turns out I'm an idiot, so because we changed the IP of that port, it will now be an HTTPS count type //10.10.10.1. So yeah, whoops. So yeah, we're plugged into this port at the moment, but in the future we'll be in kind of that port for all the management, or like yeah. So there we go. Well, I wasn't sure what's up, but I put it on the other port, and it works. So UBNT, my password. Yeah, we can save that. I'd also like some feedback on this new microphone setup. So I've got this new microphone. So tell me how it sounds like in comparison to the old one. So the old one was a pair of Beats, Beats Solo Wireless 3s. I got them for free. Don't diss me. But yeah, no, I got them for free. So I guess why not? And they had a built-in mic, but obviously it was pretty rubbish. There was background noise, background kind of hum, whine. But now I've got a more professional setup. It's not super professional, but I'm on a budget here. So I've got a Euphoria UM2 and a Tonor BM700 mic kit, which is pretty good. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm running. So yeah, let's set up some stuff with this. So services and the DHCP server. So the 10.10.10. Let's check that. So I'm gonna make it start really late, so we'll start at like 2:40. So save that. And that's just because, like, say I plug in a device or a VM, for example, that I can't set a static IP right off the bat or something, and it needs a DHCP to boot up. Those three are just there so that I can do that. And then this one, a few details. So again, we'll start this maybe a bit sooner, because management, like, laptop, I have other things that I put on here. So we'll start this at like 2:35. Yes, I know I can push these out. Might do that later. This is all a temporary routing setup, remember, just so that we can get everything else set up. So that's our DHCP setup. I'm just going to play around with these menus and see what I need to change, and yeah. So this is all for the routing kind of setup that we needed to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to kind of see more like this. I've just hit the summer holidays, so definitely going to be a lot more videos on this kind of stuff. So for lab rebuild. So thanks for watching, and see you later.